Well, my name is Tuomas Holopainen. I'm the keyboard player and the songwriter and I guess the founder of the band Nightwish from Finland. And currently we also have a singer from the Netherlands, Florian Sen, and Ilian Pipe Low Whistle Buzuki player from the UK.
Maybe some people know Floor from After Forever. How did you locate Floor? How did that come about?
We did a tour together like 15 years ago, a European tour. After Forever was with us throughout the Europe, and that's when we got to know each other.
Did you have to do an audition, or was it just we're gonna take her?
Well, it's a long story, and we're not gonna go into details, but we ran into an emergency situation about 3 years ago, and we needed to find a replacement within 2 days. And we thought that she would be the only person on this planet who could be able to pull it off, and she did.
For kids watching, for people who don't know the origin of Nightwish, can you explain how the band came about?
It was a bunch of high school friends who just came together to do some music together. And I must emphasize that Nightwish was never a dream come true for anybody. All of the band members at the time, we had a completely different ambitions. I wanted to be a scientist. The guitar player had his things. The drummer was studying computer engineering in a university. So it was just a project for fun. So let's do this demo. We actually got a record deal. Okay, let's do one album and see what comes up. And things happened really fast. The album went into the charts. We were offered a tour first in Finland, then in Europe, supporting the band Rage. And then it just blew out of proportion within 2-3 years. And basically, we're still on that path.
Is it cool to be in a band with friends, people watching, maybe want to start a band with fellow students or friends from home? Is that something that's important in a band, that you get along together?
It's the most important thing. I've heard stories of bands where it's just another day at the office and they actually make it work. So that they are not close friends, but they play well together. They are able to create good music, do shows, but they are very distant to each other. And I guess it might work, but I don't have any personal experience because all of the bands that I've always been into are consisted of really close friends. Yeah. As it is at the moment. And not only the band, but the management, the technicians, everybody. It's really one big family.
Okay. When you got your keyboard, did you get any lessons? Did you learn by yourself? I can imagine some people just, a good friend of mine who plays the drums is excellent at drumming, just learn it all by himself. Some people don't have the money for music lessons. How did you do that?
Well, I studied the piano for 12 years. In a music school, and the clarinet for 12 years as well. I played in a military band for about a year, playing the clarinet. So I did all of my studying back then, but then when I started Nightwish, I haven't taken any lessons ever since. So it's more like self-learning experience.
Nightwish isn't really the marching kind of music.
Not really. I mean, you don't necessarily need the education. I mean, personally, I think it was very useful to have the basic music theory in my head and the basic skills of the scales and all that. It helps. Yeah. But too much education can be a bad thing as well. And then there are some extreme examples, like my biggest musical hero, which is Vangelis. And he doesn't write notes, he doesn't read notes at all. And for me, he's the best keyboard player of all time.
Do you ever get insecure about playing new songs for the first time on a tour?
Well, that's why you spend a lot of time in the rehearsal room and get as ready as you can. But it's also a fact that you cannot learn to do shows in the rehearsal room. You learn to do shows by doing shows.
What's the most valuable advice or lesson you can give youngsters who are in high school right now, who are struggling to write songs, trying to find inspiration? What's something that they can do to improve that?
By far, the most important thing is to keep the passion in music itself. And I cannot emphasize this hard enough. You really need to love music itself. You need to love songwriting, working with your friends, working in a band. Everything else needs to be closed off in the beginning. I mean, all the posing and clothes and all that kind of stuff that come with the thing, they are totally secondary. Just keep your focus and passion in the music, and everything else will
Ministry of Music.